Trump posting on Truth Social at about 4:30 this morning, announcing those strikes and also revealing that the Venezuelan president, Nicolás Maduro, and his wife had been captured by the U.S. forces and flown out of the country.
Nicolás Maduro, the president of Venezuela, was captured and flown to a U.S. federal courthouse in Manhattan under extreme security. This was not a standard court appearance, it was an operation that involved multiple stages of transport, starting from a detention center in Brooklyn. Maduro, alongside his wife Cilia, was loaded into an armored truck, transferred to an SUV, and flown by helicopter to Lower Manhattan. This multi-step operation was designed to ensure maximum safety and control over a high-profile detainee. Upon arrival at the courthouse, Nicolás Maduro faced an extraordinary hearing where he was formally charged with drug trafficking, narco-terrorism, and conspiracy to import cocaine into the United States. The intense security surrounding the courthouse was mirrored by the seriousness of the charges. When the judge asked him, "Are you Nicolás Maduro Moros?" Maduro responded defiantly, stating in Spanish, "I am the president of Venezuela. I consider myself a prisoner of war. I was captured at my home in Caracas." His statement reveals his stance. He believes his capture is an act of political aggression rather than legal procedure. The judge quickly cut him off, stating that there would be a time to discuss these matters later. When it came time to plead, Maduro firmly stated, "I am innocent. I am not guilty. I am a decent man," reflecting his unwillingness to accept the charges. Maduro faces multiple grave charges in the United States, all related to the illegal drug trade. The main accusations are drug trafficking, narco-terrorism, and conspiracy to import cocaine, with the U.S. claiming he played a key role in facilitating drug operations across the globe. These charges are linked to the alleged involvement of the Venezuelan government under his leadership in orchestrating cocaine shipments to the U.S. narco-terrorism. One of the charges is particularly serious, as it suggests that Maduro's government may have supported violent drug cartels, exacerbating the global drug crisis. The charges against him not only paint a picture of drug kingpin, but also one of international conspiracy involving global trafficking networks. The U.S. government's stance is clear. They want Maduro held accountable for his role in one of the largest drug operations ever to be uncovered, linking high-level political power with criminal enterprise. After his court appearance, Maduro and his wife Cilia were sent to the Metropolitan Detention Center MDC in Brooklyn, a notoriously harsh detention facility. Known as Hell on Earth, the MDC is infamous for its poor conditions, violence, and overcrowding. Once inside, the Maduroists were reportedly placed in isolation, with Maduro on one floor and his wife on another. The MDC is home to a variety of high-profile detainees, such as accused killers and sex offenders, including figures like R. Kelly and Ghislaine Maxwell. Conditions within the prison are known to be brutal, with prisoners sleeping on concrete slabs and subjected to constant lighting and extremely cold temperatures due to the 24/7 air conditioning. The MDC is infamous for its strict security measures and severe conditions, with some even describing it as a place designed to break down its inmates both physically and mentally. The Maduro's confinement in such a facility is a sharp. Nicolás Maduro's leadership of Venezuela has been marked by controversy and international criticism. He ascended to power after the death of Hugo Chavez, but his time in office has been riddled with economic collapse, widespread protests, and accusations of human rights abuses. Venezuela has faced massive inflation, severe shortages of basic goods, and a mass exodus of its citizens. Under his rule, the country's oil-rich economy has spiraled downward, and Maduro's government has been accused of suppressing dissent and cracking down on opposition groups. One of the strongest critics of Maduro has been Maria Corina Machado, a Venezuelan opposition leader. She has been a vocal advocate for restoring democracy in Venezuela and is seen by many as the natural successor to Maduro. However, despite receiving the Nobel Peace Prize for her efforts, she has struggled to gain enough domestic support to challenge Maduro's regime. Despite her international recognition, Maduro's control over Venezuela has remained firm. His political influence, combined with support from military and security forces, has allowed him to resist calls for his removal from power, even as his country sinks deeper into crisis. The political fallout from Maduro's arrest and the surrounding international controversy has rippled through global politics. U.S. President Donald Trump's remarks about Venezuela and its opposition were striking. Trump publicly downplayed the strength of Maria Corina Machado, the opposition leader who seen too many as the obvious choice to replace Maduro. Trump's view was that Machado, despite her recognition, did not have the internal respect or support within Venezuela to lead the country effectively.
We're going to be running it. We're going to be bringing it back. It's a dead, I talk about a dead country. So we're going to have a group of people running it until such time as it can be put back on track, make a lot of money for the people, and give people a great way of life.
He even suggested that her Nobel Peace Prize was not enough to secure her position. This disapproval from Trump indicates the ongoing political power struggle surrounding Venezuela's future, while some in the U.S. and the international community view Machado as a beacon of hope for Venezuela's recovery. Others, including Trump, have questioned her viability as a leader in a country where Maduro has held on to power with military support. Meanwhile, the Venezuelan government continues to hold its position. Despite mounting pressure from opposition forces and external actors, the struggle between the Maduro regime and its opponents is far from over, and the international community watches closely, uncertain of what the future holds for Venezuela's leadership.